You're listening to Elevate, powered by Marmiro Stones. Real stories, real insight, whether you're designing the dream, building it, or living it, we're here to spark ideas, share knowledge, and move the industry forward. Let's get to work.
Kyle, welcome, man. Thank you for having us here on site.
Thanks, Mike. Absolutely. Happy to be here.
You're with Serene Pools.
Yes.
We wanted to come and check out the project for one. We'll talk about the design a little bit, but one, I wanted to thank you for using our product, and I understand that you've used other people's products before, which is great. I know that every project's not going to be about Marmiro, but there's a story behind this too, right?
There is.
With everything that's going on in the world, and with tariffs and everything like that, everybody's talking about that. I think inventory is probably the number one thing that people are harping on right now. So
absolutely.
Yeah. What happened with your experience?
Yeah. So as you know, everybody's always pushing for that deadline. When can we get this project built by? And we had found another company. We originally were thinking of porcelain, which is why we didn't initially jump to Marmiro.
Yeah.
I love Marmiro in general. Like to use their products whenever I can. But in this case, we had ordered the porcelain. We were given a lead time of about 2 weeks, which was fine. There's obviously a push to get this project completed before Memorial Day, and we're on the clock. And suddenly we get the call, surprise, we're not going to have your material for 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Which was a big shock, having to go back and tell the homeowner that, I'm sorry, it looks like we're not going to be able to get your project done on time, is a bit of an issue. It doesn't make us look good. It certainly doesn't make the homeowner happy, and we all look bad. In a pinch, I said, hey, let's check out Marmiro Stones. I've worked with them in the past. They're phenomenal. If you've got time, I took the homeowner. We ran over to your showroom. That same day, we were able to be helped, served. We checked the inventory. Before we made our final decision, we were able to confirm that you had everything in-house, ready to go. In fact, I think you had it delivered the next day.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 24-hour deliveries is unheard of in the hardscape industry, really, sometimes, especially in the natural stone world where you're dealing with an imported stone.
I was going to say, short of an Amazon delivery, I don't think you find anybody who's going to be out there same day, next day. It's just not, not how things work. Yeah.
Well, we're happy that it all worked out. Two, we're glad to even have you back, because I think biggest thing, and especially we talked about before we started, talking here, but relationships so big in this industry. Whether people come and go, they switch jobs, they switch companies, because you've been a designer for a while now, right?
Yeah, we're going on 8-9 years, so it's most of my life.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So I do want to tour the project, and talk about some of the design elements we have going on here.
Definitely.
But I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Marmiro, and everybody behind the scenes, and everybody part of our family. We're glad we can service you, and hopefully we can deliver, the product and the dream that the homeowner is dreaming about. So
absolutely. And like I said, I've loved working with your team in the past, and I'm eager to do it more in the future.
Yeah, let's go take a look at the project.
Let's do it.
We're down in the Jersey Shore, right? Really, really beautiful community. So there's a lot of challenges when it came to design. You're being so close to the beach. So we have some elements here that you had to address, not only a smaller lot, right? But then you got beautiful sandy soils here, which is amazing. I don't see this in many parts of the country, right?
That's true. Great for digging.
Yeah, for sure. So we got a 20 by 40 here?
Just about. It's a 20 by 38. Yep.
20 by 38. Okay.
The biggest constraining factor was we had that grade change in the back there. So it limited us as to where we could actually place it. Since we can't have any retaining wall really built into the cover with that limited setback line that we've got that we were dealing with, necessitated that we put the auto cover on this side over here.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you already got the tile installed, right? You got the deep blue coping installed. And why did you decide to go with deep blue?
Deep blue is such an incredible color. I'm sure you've seen it when it gets wet, but for everybody who hasn't, the veining that comes out is incredible. It's got a beautiful light interest when it's sunny and bright, and then when you get in and out of the pool or the water splashes or it rains, the colors and the textures that come out are just unreal. It's one of my absolute favorite materials to work with.
Yeah. And on the raised wall back there, you have 3 spillways?
Correct.
That are coming out. You're going to incorporate both a leather tile along with a split face veneer, which is a really cool design.
that's it. We're going to get a little juxtaposition along that back wall where the water is going to play, and we're going to keep things nice and flat and smooth. But on the exterior of that, we're going to use that leathered Orca tile, as you had mentioned.
Yeah.
And I think that those color balances are just going to look so great.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the water feature.
Yeah. And around the deck, what are we going to use for the decking?
We're sticking with deep blue. It's going to be a nice, monotone, clean, modern look.
Yeah. 2x3?
2x3, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Go big or go home.
That's it. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
I'd like to say again how great it is working with Marmiro. Again, the showroom experience, the ability to get you out to the site, to meet the client with your mobile showrooms, the helpful, knowledgeable, experienced staff. I don't think there's anybody better.
Yeah,
You know?
we appreciate that. One thing I do want to talk about too, I mean, we are full sun. Right,
sure
there's
are.
no shade.
That's
right?
a great point. Yep.
We don't have to worry about like a lot of the foliage coming down in the fall. In the summertime, it's going to be hot. So was that one of the things that came into your mind about choosing the right product?
Absolutely, that's a major factor. That's where we like to keep things on the ground as light as we can in general, you know, while still giving the client that interest that they're looking for.
Yeah.
And our client loves the deep veining. So to see that color variation in the deep blue is great, but to also have that resistance from that heat buildup that you typically get with a large scale paver.
Yeah.
And that's another great thing about Marmiro too, is the accessibility to all that information, whether it be coefficient of friction, how much heat does it actually retain. All that information is available to us as the contractor and to the homeowner, which makes decision making, 10 times easier.
That's fabulous.
We wanted to come back and do a big reveal. Kyle DeVecchio with Serene Pools. We were here during the build, right? We wanted to kind of show like in progress, what was happening. There was some situation that happened with a different builder prior to you guys coming in, and everybody was super excited about the material selection, and we wanted to do sort of a kind of a how it all came out. So kind of a part two to the first part, and then we'll kind of go from there. But after construction, we were here during pool was shot. Coping was just going in.
Yep.
What was the process after that with any design changes through the process or anything like that?
No, thankfully at that point we were pretty locked in.
Okay, good.
The only major changes were the material changes, as you know, which is about when you guys got involved.
Yeah.
Which again, we can't thank you enough, because obviously the stone is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It was here literally the next day. Which is perfect because we were ready for it. So it saved us from a 4 to 6 week delay and allowed us to move the project to the point that we're at today. Quite frankly, without it, we'd still be looking at an empty pool shell. So.
Right, and everybody's enjoying the pool for the summertime. Thank God, right? Because the past 2 days were over 100 degrees, right? So
New Jersey weather has been insane.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's a good time to have a pool.
Yeah, right on. Now, we're decided to go with the auto cover. So you got the auto cover box right underneath of you.
Yes.
Brackets. You do your brackets 12 inch, every 12 inches? Or?
Every 12 inches on center, yep, and we use a 21-inch long bracket so that it's got, ample support for anything that you might put on it.
Yeah.
So, for instance, a chair, me,
right.
and anything else that comes by.
Good point load, yeah. I noticed that in the Northeast, pool covers are extremely popular.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that, or?
It's a great safety feature, first of all. Should a small child ever happen to walk out there, or an animal or anything of that nature, it can absolutely support it and keep you from a much bigger problem.
Yeah.
Additionally, it's great from an electricity standpoint. By closing it up at night, you get a huge thermal savings. It locks in a lot of the heat.
Got it.
Which, granted, when it's 110 degrees, a little bit less beneficial, but most times phenomenal.
Yeah.
It lets you keep your swim season extended, well into the fall as well.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking about the design on the wall behind us here before, and you guys have played around with a couple different styles, what you wanted to do, and I hadn't seen it done before, but seeing it with the different textures between deep blue and orca, split face versus a leather tile, I thought, and having the different reveals as far as the shadowing, different thicknesses, I think it came out great.
I do too. Wait till you see it with the water on.
Oh yeah, so you got some spillways there too, huh?
We do, yep.
Amazing.
So the flat surfaces coincide with where the spillways are.
Yeah.
So it's a great feature even when the spillways are off. You know, you can't tell that it's supposed to be anything other than what it is.
Yeah.
But once the water features come on, it adds a whole other level to the design.
Yeah, that's great. During the design process, because that's what you do, right?
Yep.
There's an element of, okay, trying to fit in what you want to do as a designer, right? Because you have a style, right?
Absolutely.
Homeowner has a style or vision most of the time.
Yep.
But most of the time they don't really know what they want. They just want to know where they want to pool. So how do you kind of marry those two together?
Yeah, and you know, it takes some time, certainly. But there's a few methods that we like to use. Certainly, we'd like to do a tour of some of our past projects to help give the homeowners an idea of some of the designs that are out there, things that you can do, things that we can incorporate into their project.
Yeah.
Things that we've obviously done before and can comfortably do, you know, anytime that we need to.
Yeah.
We also utilize 3D renderings and hand drawings.
Great.
So all throughout the process, I'll be updating the homeowner with what I think would look good, trying to meld what they have. I'll ask for a vision board from them early on as well, so we can get an idea of. And it doesn't have to be architectural or anything like that. It doesn't have to be pools. It can be paintings. You know, just give me an idea of color schemes that you like. Give me architectural styles. Give me broad strokes.
Yeah.
And we'll get it to the finish line.
Yeah. Great. Are you seeing a lot of changes in design at this point, or?
You know, this year has been interesting. We've done so many cool modern colors in the past, but I'm starting to see a trend towards the warmer. So beiges are starting to make a comeback, which is fun. You know, it's exciting to start using some different stones and materials that we haven't gotten to play with in the past.
Yeah, yeah. Those beiges, they come and go. The ivories, the beiges, the tans, they'll come in and out of style. But the grays, the whites, the blues, they stay no matter what, right? So.
Absolutely. Especially when you talk about a modern project and a shore project. I mean, the blues and grays are here to stay.
Yeah.
They're a staple.
Yeah. And we're near the coastline. And you, with the breeze here, you do feel like you're near the beach. You can smell the ocean. I love that. I definitely miss it.
Absolutely.
But you have a modern style, you know, product here. We went with a running bond, a 2x3 paver, with in a stacked running bond pattern. But you have a coastal feel, right? Because of the environment a little bit. But it's okay to mix, you know, a little bit modern, coastal, and it gives it that sort of. I don't feel like I'm sitting in a modern area. You know what I mean?
There's great ways to bring in subtle ties. You know, it doesn't have to be in your face. You know?
Yeah.
Even simple touches like the beach stones. You know, mingle into the patio.
Yeah.
Make a huge difference. It's a great way to subtly introduce the beach back into your modern aesthetic without it being so upfront.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you guys did a great job. And you don't have to have a gigantic project, right? I find comfort in some of the cozier projects,
Absolutely.
Right? Versus having something super massive, because I love that closeness, and that's what you guys nailed it here.
Absolutely. Listen, it's easy to drop a 20 by 40 pool in the middle of a huge open lawn.
Yep.
It doesn't take any real talent or skill. I think there's definitely something to be said for the smaller projects. These small spaces offer their own unique challenges. There's a lot more to work around, but there's also a lot more to gain and benefit from. You know, you get to pull in from your neighbors and other resources to sort of dictate which direction you're going to take the project.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that you guys absolutely crushed the design, crushed the install, everything. It's been down for a couple months now, right?
Yeah. The stone has been down for a couple of months. The pool's been filled for just over a month now.
Amazing.
So it's swim ready.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if it wasn't back to normal temperatures now, maybe we'd jump back in the pool if it was 100 degrees. But
some disappointed viewers on this one.
Yeah, you don't want to show the chest hair. Get it, jump in there.
Already showed too much.
No, I know that the homeowners are absolutely pleased, and they have a family. They welcome their family here all the time, and that's the environment they wanted to create. And I'm sure that the vision of the design kind of came to life with them. So
that's what's most important. You know, if the homeowner doesn't like the finished product, then I haven't done my job.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're able to use it, they're getting enjoyment out of it, and so far all the feedback has been great. I'm over the moon.
Yeah.
Ask for more.
Yeah. That's great. Well, thank you again for just the experience, and hopefully we delivered a good experience for you, because I know you passed that along to the customer, and they are absolutely thrilled, and looking forward to the next pool project with you guys.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you on the next job.
Kyle, thank you so much, my friend.
Like, always a pleasure.
You got it.
Thank you.